Libra, hello. Welcome to your April 2021 general read and love read. I'm going to pull it all. It's going to be a little bit longer read the next 7 days. All right. So I'm going to first look at your journey, where you're at, how you're thinking, your ascension process. And then I'm going to look at your love, how you're feeling in the current energy, your problem, the situation, and then I'm going to look at your person and how they truly feel and their intentions. Okay, so hang out to the end. All right, here we go. Where is my Libra? Where are you in the personal growth, personal journey? Okay, I want to see how you're thinking, where you're at. Okay, teacher, your transformation cycle. So you are going through change. And we have spirit, the vast universe. I love it. You understand what's going on. And we have increase. So you're in the beginning stages, okay? You're in the beginning stages of your journey. You may have just recently had an awakening, and you're starting to, and we have courage here too. So now courage to move forward. But here's what I'm getting for you. I feel like you have tapped into the universal energy, okay? You understand now how it works, manifesting, okay? You understand the logic behind it. You've had some sort of awakening. You know there's more. You know that we create our reality. You know that we can't keep blaming what's out there. We can't be affected by that. We can change when we change from within, okay? So you know you want abundance. You now are starting to see the path, the road that you want to go down. Okay, and it's abundance. You're going to see an increase in all areas of your life, and you're going to see it start now. The process is going to start. I feel like either you're going to start teaching something, or you're seeking out a teacher, a spiritual advisor, okay, to help you in the process. And here you are. Okay, this is a start. You know, there's people who are way more evolved than I am and can give way more information than I have. You start reaching out, start looking up how to manifest. Neville Goddard, Abraham Hicks, Joe Dispenza, however he says his name, things like that. Start seeking spiritual advisors, ascended masters, teachers. Okay, and we have a huge transformation coming. Huge transformation. And this is what's going on with you, this cycle. You're in this. And because you have the numbers 1, 3, 4, and 5, it's telling me that you're in the beginning, the beginnings, the new beginning. Everything's kind of in its newness, and you're starting to wrap your head around it now. And you're starting to feel shifts, and you're starting to understand a little bit more. And if you're still with me right now, then maybe you do. Maybe this is where you're at. And this is why you're moving into the evolution. You're of ascendant to 5D. That's what that's all about. Okay. Maybe it's time to seek out, like I said, a person, a spiritual advisor. And that could also be that it might be time for you to maybe find somebody that you can teach these concepts to, so that it helps you manifest and accelerate your process. Okay? Let me see if there's what's holding you back. Let's see if there's anything that needs to come up, or if there's just what advice Alice has. More shuffle for my Libras. How are you? Well, that happened during that Libra full moon too. So that could have been when that whole new beginning was coming in for you. That was a really powerful shift for a lot of people. Never jam today. Promises that never come to be. Empty words. Not living in the now. Okay. So these are some of the things that you may have to tackle this week. Okay. You may have to tackle this. I'm feeling like if you're dealing with somebody who's always promising you the world and they never do, and this could be anybody, that could be a boss, a lover, a friend, anybody, your kid, I don't care. It's time to break that cycle. All right? Time to break that cycle. I also get empty words. Don't listen to it anymore. Don't allow it anymore. Boundaries, okay? And it's also not living in the now. So this is advice here. As you're transforming and you're moving into this new cycle, practicing more how to live in the now and to be present and not be pulled back into the 3D or into the past, okay? You want to stay in alignment so that you can use all your energies to create your future with manifesting, okay? All right, one of these, and then we're going to go into tarot. I'm looking at my laptop in case I have a habit of doing that. One more shuffle for my Librans. My Librans. Count your blessings, okay? So this could be this week with this person. If you're dealing with somebody, promises that never come to be, count your blessings. Maybe this was supposed to happen the way it was supposed to happen, and you may have just sent somebody on their way who would have been hell for you. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so if something didn't work out this week and some promise that somebody gave you didn't work out, you may have just scurried past something's a tower moment. You may have just scurried past something that could have been painful. Okay. All right. Now let's get deeper. Let's get deeper in this tarot love going on here. You may also, I'm getting a message here, find out something about a past person that you dated that didn't work out for you, and you just found out some information about where they're at and who they're connected to, and you may have just been like, oh, that turned out, and you might be looking in hindsight going, thank God I avoided that. Okay, so you may be seeing that this week. Reinvention, transformation, right? This could be how it starts, because you're seeing this, you're realizing something. You may have just heard something not work out for somebody that you thought, you know, they thought they were doing better, and then it didn't work out. You're seeing the signs now. You're seeing signs, the directions to which way to go, and that's where that teacher's coming in too, that seeking out spiritual advisement. And we have the divine masculine in reverse, which is talking about you may need to either start taking action, taking more action. You could be creating and manifesting and thinking of all these things, but now it's time to take action. Your divine masculine energy, it's just, it needs to be in balance with the feminine, okay? It might be time to start doing more. It also could be that if there's somebody on your mind, or if you're into twin flames, that your divine masculine is out of whack right now, and they are still working on themselves, okay? They need to work on some things in their life. Let's take a closer look at you, and then the situation, and then your person. You know, and if this is a twin flame connection for some of you, and it just didn't work out this time, they need to go through this process so that they heal as well. And that you may need to learn the lesson here so you heal as well. And you grow, and then you come back together if you choose to. So there's some grieving and loss, okay? There is some regret here. Definitely some regret on your part. All right? The Chariot, Cancer energy. It was in reverse, so you are feeling like things are at a distance from you, okay? And it's really making you grieve and feel bad, okay? The King of Wands in reverse. So there definitely was a power struggle with somebody. Somebody could have been sort of narcissistic, could have, been controlling, jealousy, cheating, player energy, just not applying the energy, and not applying the energy that you want, the type of energy that you want to the situation. And so they're not taking action. It could be Aries, Leo, Sag, or Cancer, and it's making you feel at a distance from this person. So you're feeling like things are just not moving forward, and you're at a distance from your person. Okay, you're in your feels. Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. You could be really thinking about a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You have the King and the Queen here, though, so there could be two people on your mind as well. There could be two people around you on your mind. The Queen of Cups could be somebody that is your spiritual advisor. You may run into somebody who is real intuitive, watery, emotional, can help you understand your feelings, can help you understand what's going on with the situation, and teach you how to use your intuition, okay, and your ability to manifest, right? But there definitely could be, and for some of you, I don't usually go this way, but you could have your mind on two different sexes. You may have two people, male and a female, that you might be interested in both, okay? Or you have somebody around you, a female around you or a male around you. One's a friend, one's a lover, one's a parent or something like that, and you're having problems with both, or you just feel like you're at a distance from many people. Somebody's father could have an issue with father over a relationship, okay? Could be something like that, but you're in your feelings, definitely, and strong Cancer energy here, but somebody could be warning you or helping you about the way this person's been treating you, okay? But that's your energy. Let's take a look more into the situation. So this is the person, that was the person that just, or people that just are constantly making promises that they never keep. So there could be a couple people, one of them's a lover, one of them, they could be both lovers, but they're definitely pulling you out of alignment constantly, okay? The Fool, here you are, Aquarius energy, all right? You're ready for, like, you've been activated, you're ready for an increase, you're ready for this transformation, you're ready for a new beginning, you want to get something off the ground, right? But the problem here is you're still in this scarcity mindset, this still lack mindset. You're still feeling and allowing yourself to stay attached to the feeling of not having this person. You have to let go of that feeling, bring the energy back to you, take back your power so that you can create them coming in for you the way you want them to, okay? And you have to get out of that scarcity mindset, that lack mentality, okay? 9 of Cups, this is what you want. This is your wish fulfillment. This is also starting to create from your desires. This is your subconscious wish fulfillment, living in the wish fulfillment. Think about the things that you really want, the things that really satisfy you, the wishes, your dreams, right? Start thinking from there and the desires and start manifesting those. Living in the end, living with what you, living as if you already know the end, and don't react to this past stuff, right? Stay focused on your wish fulfilled. In the past, imprisonment, 8 of Swords, somebody really stressed you out and created some insecurities, negative stuff. This person really triggered you, really put you in your head. What's on your mind is you want them to make it right. You want this person desperately to make it right, all right? In the near future, 9 of Pentacles in reverse, okay? The 9 of Pentacles in reverse is showing something not getting off the ground just yet because of insecurities, okay? Lots of insecurities. So working on these insecurities, working on whatever's coming up from this person is what's going to bring. You need to take a step back, decide what it is you want with this situation, all right? Take a step back on what's making you insecure. What happens here when this person comes around, or if they come around and they trigger you, all right? What comes up for you? Because it's showing kind of codependent energy too, and very dependent, and like dependent on other people and to care and do things, okay, for you. All right, so this is telling me that this is coming up for you. Something's going to come up for you that brings up feelings, and you need to take a step back and look at why or how you brought this in. What is the story and the assumption that you just brought into yourself that brought this up? Okay, what should you do? Breakthrough and awareness, communicate, right? This is new clarity. This is clarity on the situation, right? A breakthrough. I feel like this is going to be a breakthrough for you. Understanding why you're insecure in this situation. Understanding why this person is bringing up certain feelings within you. What is it that they're triggering in you? What should you know? The Empress, okay? Taurus energy, divine feminine, new love, okay? Nurturing. What you should know is that somebody around you, or this person around you, or somebody very nurturing around you could be coming in for you. But this is also, could be because we got the divine masculine and the divine feminine showing up, that this could be a twin flame separation, which is why there was activation here in the beginning. And whatever happened, whatever they did to trigger you, activated you into this transformation that you're going through, and this awakening that you're seeing, that you're feeling. And all your insecurities are coming up. So you may have this week, this next 7 days, be really dealing with a lot of stuff coming up. Insecurities, a negative mindset, a lack mentality. Take this opportunity to sit back and look at all of that and figure out why you have these thoughts, why these things are coming up for you. Okay. Here's what you're afraid of. Your block is conflict and competition, right? You just feel like you have competition. You feel like there is competition, but you feel like there's so much conflict between the two of you, and you have a fear of conflict with this person too. Maybe there was a lot of conflict in the past. Maybe the two of you really had this intense engine, this imprisonment, a lot of things being said and done that just triggered the shit out of the two of you, and there's so much conflict, and you're afraid of that. You don't want, this is what's blocking you from moving forward. But look at the outcome here is divine masculine again. So you have divine masculine showing up twice, and this time upright, and a divine feminine. So you have somebody, possibly an Aries, right, planning, taking action, creating peace, right, a new way, a new vision, and going. The two of you coming together to create balance. All right, coming together to create balance. Let me take a look at this, because I feel like the divine masculine is the one out of whack here, and I don't like where out of whack, but not in balance, not in tune, not awakened, right? And this activation woke you, and now it's waking them. Okay, and that's why the outcome here is showing up as them coming in as upright now. All right, coming in to make peace. Divine masculine coming in to make peace. All right, let's take a look at how they feel. What's going on with them? All right. So we have the 8 of Cups. They've been on a journey. They have started their journey. Okay. And it originally is coming back around. Okay. But they've started their journey as well. Okay. They are a bit confused because of what's going on in their head. Okay, so they have been activated, and they're seeing a shift, and they're in this confusion place. All right, they don't know what to think at the moment. Okay, but they are releasing burdens, and they're starting to see that they maybe have been causing most of their stress. They self-sabotage, or they might be just finally releasing some of the burdens in their life and seeing things differently as they are evolving. They might be letting go of a lot of stuff that no longer serves them. The 7 of Cups in reverse, and they're making a choice. Their choice is to come back here and make peace. Okay, the waiting game. There may be a little bit of a waiting game, okay, as this person is going through this process, but know that they have been triggered, and that they are coming back to make peace. Okay, they've been activated. All right, I love that, guys. I'm going to leave that at there. I hope that helped. This is really strong messages, but your person is seeing, they're a little bit confused right now, but they're seeing the way, and they're releasing burdens, and they're going to choose you, and they're coming back to make peace. Okay, I love you guys. Hope this helps. Hit the like, subscribe, bell notifications, and check me out when I go live. All right, I go live every Wednesday night, but I'm starting to go live during the weeks at random times too. All right, I love you.